Mark Tushnet. I'm not sure of the pronunciation, Tushnet. He says it's time to start treating conservative evangelical Christians like Nazis. All rise, Napolitano is here. Now, we bring this to you, Judge, because that professor is a professor of law. Explain yourself.
I'm scratching my head, Stuart. He is a well-respected, highly regarded constitutional scholar. I know him well. I have worked with him. I have never heard, I mean, he's admittedly very liberal and a leftist, but I've never heard this type of absurd, nonsensical, vituperative attack out of his mouth. You will tarnish your political opponents with one of the 2 or 3 paintbrushes from which the paint sticks forever, by attributing to them the motivational behavior of the worst monsters of the past century, namely Nazis. I just don't get it, and I think it'll be rejected by his students, who are the best and the brightest, and who'll see right through it no matter what their politics are. At least I hope so.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you add that caveat.
I saw that look in your face coming. Like, what are you talking about, Harvard students? I hope so.
They're bright, yeah, but they're all... Okay. Next one, Judge. Former Facebook workers say they would often suppress conservative news stories in the trending section of Facebook. What do you make of that?
You know, at first blush, I thought, this is a private organization. This is not the government. They can say yes or no to anything they want. But then I thought, you know what? This is an act of fraud. This is representing to the public something as true, which the company knows is not true, and members of the public are relying on it. Now, I don't know how you measure the damages here. Right. It's not like overinflating stock so that people will buy it. It's a different type of non-monetary fraud.
Are you suggesting a possible class action lawsuit?
Well, I'm not the one to suggest that any more than you, but if people relied to their detriment on the figures stated by Facebook, and by the way, Facebook is denying this.
Yes, they have. They've denied it categorically.
Absolutely. But if people relied to their detriment, that is, they lost something of value because they relied on these statistics, which were fudged, there theoretically could be a cause of action against Facebook for it.
Do you get the impression, like I do, that the elites, the elites in our society are moving further and further and further left,
yes,
and further away from we the people?
Yes, this is one of the secrets to Donald Trump's rise.
Yes.
He has put his finger right on the pulse of that, and he has rubbed it raw, and he has found a positive response from tens of millions of Americans. Whether you agree with him or not on all the other stuff he says, this particular issue, the people that run business and the people that run the government are out of touch with the people they're supposed to be selling to and serving. It's been the secret to his success.
And the faculty at our major universities has moved so far to the left,
yes,
and is excluding diverse opinion, that it's reached such a point that something's going to be done about it.
Yes, you could put that's why we're doing these two stories, right, these two stories together. The former dean of Harvard Law School now sits in the United States Supreme Court, Elena Kagan. I don't think she would tolerate this were she still there.
Let's hope.
Yes.
But we have no way of knowing.
No, we